Welcome back to Leeds United. Welcome to Season 4 of this save. We have a Champions League position this year via a second place finish in the Premier League last season. We are looking to improve the team as well, as obviously we would like to go one step further and try and challenge for the title this upcoming year and also go for the Champions League as well. Having gotten to the FA Cup final Season 2 and lost it, having gotten to a European final last year, albeit the Conference League, and lost it, this year we would love to go a lot of steps further and challenge for a treble to end our time here at Leeds in proper style. Maybe not quite run Jamie Shackleton style, but style nonetheless. We have a giant budget, that budget being £146 million. We are looking to add to that budget with the sale of a number of players. Mainly Nicola Pepe, Joe Rodon and Cody Drama. They're the three that I definitely want to sell, so we can raise another 45 million or so there. There is probably about 200 million up for grabs. Now, positions we want to improve in. We are training Ethan Ampadu at centre-back to go into the starting lineup there where Strauch is, and Strauch will drop to the bench. Ampadu will take the captain's armband from him in that instance, meaning we need a new starting, preferably world-class Champions League quality CDM. I've got a number of names on my list. I'm sure you'll add to it, but I'll show you them in due course. Now, the fullback situation is an interesting one. Both fullbacks are currently 83 rated. Both have the potential to get to 85. So do they need replacing with a player that's 85 plus and then they slot in as backups? Or do they maintain their starting spot? We allow them to grow to 85 rated, and with the sale of Cody Drama, we bring in two backup fullbacks in those positions. I am open to your suggestions in that instance. Somerville, Peru, Ruter, all potential of 88. Gray has potential of 91, so let's not worry about him at all. Now, Jack Clark is the weird one. 84 rated. Really impactful player for us, 85 potential only. So I don't know whether to sign someone to start ahead of him or to leave him there and sign a backup winger that's between Jack Clark's 84, soon to be 85, and Nicola Pepe, who we're selling. Chaibi has potential of 88 as well to get to this season too. So there is plenty of work to be done from him on the training ground to ensure that he reaches it, but this team can absolutely go to the next level. Ben Davies currently is running out of contract. He's only valued at 3 million. I'm not going to bother selling him. Patrick Bamford has left us on the expiration of his contract. Cresswell has peaked. Gelhardt can only get to 82. Hlojek has peaked at 83, but he's good enough to be able to do a job anyway, and Peru has the chance to grow yet further this year. I do love in this save that we've still got so many of the original Leeds United players in the starting lineup when we're in a position to go for a league title in the Premier League. I love that. Dynamic potential is an absolute win. Now, before we look at objectives, etc., you guys are going to want to know who I've got on my shortlist. Now, we are being ambitious here, I know. But Aurelien Tchouameni is one of the top-rated players on the shortlist. Obviously, Manchester United, massive rivals with Leeds United. That was stoked back in the day with a Frenchman when Eric Cantona left Leeds United to go to Manchester United. Do we return the favour? Do we sign Tchouameni? It would be a massive chunk of my budget, but it is the one main area we're looking to improve in with a first team player. Do I go and get Tchouameni? Alternatively, we have someone like Benacer, who's running out of contract, same rating, probably close to half the bloody price. There's also players for fullback if we do want to improve in the fullback positions, like Frimpong we could utilise. In the central mid position, we also have Bruno Guimaraes, who's obviously going to be world class and of Premier League quality. Similarly, Declan Rice too. Someone like Elif Elmas could be dropped back to centre mid, not necessarily CDM, but with 78 stand tackle and good passing stats, absolutely can do a job in that central midfield position. Again, if we look to improve at fullback, Liverpool could be one of the sides we steal someone from. They are not in the Champions League this year, Liverpool. City won the league, we finished second, then it's Arsenal and Spurs that got Champions League football this year. So add that to the reasons to potentially maybe sign Tchouameni as well. Ugarte, Ashraf Hakimi, Kubo, Gravenberch, the man that scored the winner against us in the Cup, in the Europa Conference League, could be the man we signed for central midfield. Alternatively, maybe someone like Gabri Veiga, Kirkchu, another Liverpool player that doesn't see... Christ, I thought rain was coming through the window there. Another player that doesn't see a massive amount of first-team football at Liverpool. When it comes to the wide player, we've got lots of options too. Savio, Sancho, Kudus potentially. Central midfield, slightly cheaper option, but still very, very good, is actually Alex Garcia at 29 years of age. Currently at West Ham, more on the realistic spectrum. There was another guy somewhere else at centre mid that I can't recall off the top of my head that might have been a go-to. Speaking of Wolves, or thinking of Wolves in my head, not sure if I voiced it out loud, Pedro Neto as the backup winger, I'm thinking I might just snap up. He's only got 11 months left on his contract, and also Wolves got relegated. So that seems like a no-brainer to me. So a backup winger I can do. That would mean still we could sign a starting winger to start ahead of Jack Clark, and Jack Clark could be back up along with Pedro Neto. I think Neto, having had his side relegated and be valued or achievable for less than 30 million, is a no-brainer for an addition to the squad. Especially when we can sell Nicola Pepe for half that value, and it's effectively a £15 million deal. That's even more of a no-brainer. Pulisic is also an option too. At AC Milan, not first team there. Would obviously not be first team here either. And now we're down into some of the lower rated options. See, for central midfield, I'm looking for someone to come in and start. But Miretti has potential of 88, so would grow. Alternatively, for backup fullback options with players like Thierry Correa. Juan Foyt doesn't have great physical pace, but is obviously very, very good and could do a job. Joe Gomez is also a centre-back that could... Joe Gomez is like the centre-back that could play anywhere in defence. Foyt is the centre-back that could maybe play further forward or potentially out wide. There are a number of options available to us here. Backup winger like Brennan Johnson could be an option too. Brian Mbermo, if you decide that we should sign two backup wingers rather than replacing Jack Clark on the wing in the starting lineup. I'm going to go and do this Neto one now, though. It seems like the obvious thing to do for what could be a very, very agreeable fee. We'll bid 26. Hopefully they'll accept. They have done indeed. That's a bargain, an absolute steal. £65,000 a week is what he's on at Wolves. I imagine he'll probably want to come in and... Oh, I was hoping he'd sign rotation. He'll want importance, fine. It's not a problem. We can get him enough cup football if we go deep in all of the cup competitions to warrant that kind of important role. I'll take the bonus off because £2 million is a lot, and we'll give him exactly what he's on currently at Wolves, which he will accept. Good. That's a real player face, player in of decent rating for a backup position that absolutely improves the quality of the squad. Signing number one done. Now, there are plenty more to be done, but I'm going to try and progress through the transfer window now and advance further towards the start of the season. We will play the Community Shield today against Manchester City. We will not advance any further than that point. And obviously, when player sales go through, I will bring them to you as well. Objectives for this season from the board. Still only medium for youth development. We can absolutely do that. Brand exposure-wise, crucial midfielder, that's exactly what we're looking to do, thankfully. And a streak of 10 games with at least one goal scored this season is going to be easily done as well. Salary growth under 15%, not quite so easily well done. They don't want a title, actually, crucially. They only want a top 4 spot, but they do want the FA Cup. And in our first season in the competition, of course, with it being FC, they would like us to reach the Champions League final. We'll do our best. We'd love to do the treble or even maybe a quadruple, a quintuple if we can win the the Community Shield as well. City are the team to beat domestically, though. Romped their way to the league title last year. Imagine they will do the same again, but let's see what happens throughout the course of this window. Teixeira a loan to buy, preferably loan. Riley a buy, which actually I'm going to reject. And then Nicola Pepe, 12.5. I will try and get a bit more for Nicola Pepe. This is going to be the deal. That's already nearly half of what the Pedro Neto deal was. They don't want to pay any more than 12.5. I don't want to risk losing the deal. I'm probably not going to get much more. Let's get that one done and start progressing on then towards that Community Shield, where hopefully we can start the season with a trophy. Nicola Pepe is on his way. Leicester or Lens, though. We did have a second bid come in for him. he is staying in the Premier League, Nicola Pepe, moving to Leicester City. Not far from Leeds to Leicester, but it certainly is in terms of the competitiveness of the squad. Interested in a Patreon player, Joe Rodenbeard, Chelsea, 16.3 million. I reckon I can get up to 19. I will try and maximise this. We signed him from the London side, Tottenham, of course. I think he's Welsh, Joe Roden. I'll ask for 18.5. Hopefully they'll just accept that. They do indeed. Good. That deal hopefully will be done as well. And Bruno Teixeira might be on his way, maybe to the MLS, maybe to the Turkish League. Another player on his way then. Joe Roden will leave us bound for Chelsea for close to £20 million, 18.5 I believe it was. We've had more negotiations for Cody Drama as well, so he may well be on his way soon too. Teixeira is going to Orlando City to join Patreon player Danny Brooks. And we did actually have a bid for Somerville from Newcastle with a sizable transfer fee and a swap deal including Lucas Sucic as well. Well, that's not something I'm looking to do. And Cody Drama has now left for £20.5 million. He goes to Crystal Palace. Could have gone to Brentford for 21.5, but chose Crystal Palace instead at the option of multiple London clubs evidently. But he is on his way. Now Adam Hložek is not a player I was thinking about replacing. However, if I can get £56 million for him, you're damn well sure I'm going to replace him. 83 rated player, I can absolutely replace him with someone significantly better for the value that I might well be able to get here. They'll pay 60. That is one of those no-brainer take the money options, isn't it? When we weren't planning on doing anything else with him other than him being a backup. Centre-back, still 83 at centre-back. Unfortunately, Ethan Ampadu was hoping he'd grow a bit more, but 83 is still better than Pascal Struijk, and Struijk was only going to grow to 83 this year anyway. So Ethan Ampadu will drop into that centre-back role. Struijk will drop here for Ben Davies, and I'm quite happy with the way that the midfield is starting to shape up. You can see that already Chaibi's up to 84. Can't see some of the growth of any of the others yet because there's still an international duty with the World Cup ongoing. Speaking of, might as well show you how the World Cup's happening actually, because I'd be curious to know myself with the Community Shield on the way. Let's have a look at the Men's International Cup. The semi-finals are Ghana, Italy, and Portugal, England. Ghana beat Ukraine, Italy, Netherlands, Portugal, Argentina. England beat Morocco. Ghana knocked out Czech Republic on their way into the round of, or through the round of 16. Italy, Romania, Netherlands, Norway, Ukraine, Mexico. Portugal knocked France out. Argentina knocked Ireland out. England finally beat Iceland in a competitive competition. And the Moroccans knocked out the Americans. And the league tables or group stages were, as you will see them here. Feel free to pause. Oh, there's not as many groups as I anticipated that there would be. But still, feel free to have paused through that moment in time. That is a youngster going out on loan, which we don't care about. But money's been raised. And now I need to think about another striker as well to come into the squad. Something I hadn't planned on, but certainly with the potential money we might be getting for Hložek, I think it's the right decision to take that money and run away with it. Right, intriguing development. I was just talking to live chat about it. I am tempted to pull the trigger on Julian Alvarez. Striker, centre forward and cam, but with crossing of 83 as well and short passing of 92, he screams to me Jack Clark replacement on the wing that can be utilised anywhere in the front four. It's not quite as much as a no-brainer, but it's a strong option. I've got, how much money have I got? 163 million at the moment, with I think no more money to come in. I don't think we've got any more permanent players left to leave now. Never mind. Yes, we do have more money coming in. Adam Hložek has buggered off to Aston Villa for £60 million. Good timing for that highlight to come in, wasn't it? So now I have at my disposal 221 million. And if I can get Julian Alvarez in from Leverkusen for 75 million, when I've just made 60 from Adam Hložek, then that is becoming close to a no-brainer there, isn't it, really? Got lots of bids ongoing for a couple of the youngsters. We'll accept that one as well. But Alex Scott certainly is not going anywhere near Newcastle United. Thank you very much. Here we are then, the FA Community Shield, hoping to get one over on Manchester City here at the beginning of the season. They won the league and the FA Cup, and when that happens, the Community Shield is played against the team that finished second in the league. That was us. They're not fielding a full-strength starting lineup, as you can see, with McAtee in at Cam. Mateus Nunes probably wouldn't start in their strongest 11. Keiki certainly wouldn't. Zakanyi too, with Foden on the bench, Rodri on the bench. They've got Jeremy Doku on the bench as well, who's a player I might consider for a starting winger spot, but Julian Alvarez has really taken the hot seat now for that, given the situation with the way that the club has been built and players have come in and out so far this season. We'll play in our home kit. That will be absolutely fine for this fixture against their light blue. Away from home, technically, but I guess both teams are away from home here because it's at Wembley. Chaibi is in to the centre mid spot at the moment. Archie Gray up to 85 now. Looking for more growth from him this year. Peru's up to 86. Fantastic news. Let's go and beat City and give an early season showing as to why we are in the title fight. It's pouring it down here at Wembley. Absolutely sodden. You can tell just from the ball is like bouncing through puddles to get to the people that I'm trying to play the passes to. It's remarkable, actually. I don't think I've played on a pitch quite so wet, arguably ever in a game of FIFA. Somerville gets the better of Arnau Martinez here. I've got Peru with me. He's been our go-to goal scorer every single season. But at the time of recording right now, I don't know whether perhaps we might be signing someone who could challenge him for that. Now that Anel Klojek has gone, and maybe Julian Alvarez could come in on the wing and have an even larger impact than perhaps we anticipate he might do. Here's McAtee winding up. Meslier with the save. Still not sure what to do goalkeeper-wise as well. We might sign a better backup goalkeeper than the like 71 rated youngster we've got. But Meslier plays every game for me right now. I would be open to signing either someone that is better than Meslier if we've got the money, or probably preferably someone that is about Mellier's ability for cup competitions as a cup goalkeeper, maybe slightly less highly talented. We'll wait and see what you guys reckon. We'll wait and see what money we've got left at the end of the season, or the end of the window, sorry. But Joel Peru on his left foot isn't going to give us an early 1-0 lead here at Wembley's. McAtee into Keiki. Nicely forward into Erling Haaland, and Mateus Nunes batted away by Meslier. First proper chance for Manchester City comes and goes. But you think a second one's coming. Here's Zakanyi in the box. Back to Mateus Nunes. I'm stuck on Zakanyi still. Nunes could be an option for central midfield as well, to be fair. Back up at City to potentially come and start for us. Maybe. McAtee with a save. Ben White, anywhere will do for me there. I really do want to start the season with a trophy if I can get it. And for it to come against Manchester City would be huge for us, actually, morale-wise. The players are struggling morale-wise at the moment, but that's mainly because they unrealistically think we underachieved last year, which we abso-bloody-lutely didn't. Oh, Zakanyi's rode that challenge well. Haaland's in. City score. It's lucky, though, but they do lead. Clark and Chaibi get the chance to influence the game from the off today rather than from the subs bench. See if he takes that opportunity. He does have, as we say, high potential of 88 to potentially maybe reach this season. Currently 84, having already grown by 1. So, oh, come on, Martson, you've got to be into that. Martson scored a great goal for Dortmund in real life this week in the Champions League in what turned out to be a hell of a quarter-final tie. There were quite a few fantastic quarter-final ties this week, though, in the Champions League, weren't they? As I record this, we haven't yet seen Arsenal, Bayern or Real Madrid City for a second time, but one anticipates that they're going to be very good games if the first legs and the other second legs are anything to go by. Do love Champions League football. Do wish they weren't messing with the format of it, but what can you do? People with money and power want more money and power. Somerville looking to get in behind here. He's got the pace. Can he finish? No. Am I going to get lucky with a rebound? I am not. I've missed the ball there with Ethan Ampadu. That's not gone very well at all. Flattened. Mateus Nunes. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Probably just a yellow card. Pedro Neto off and Jack Clark on, as we try and give Pedro Neto the chance to come onto the pitch and impress as the new signing. Couldn't make a better impact on unofficial debut by grabbing us a goal or an assist to help us win a trophy. That would be lovely. Running around like a headless chicken in the opening few moments though, just trying to get the ball back off Man City, which is turning out to be quite impossible in this second half so far, he says, until James McAtee makes a mistake. Neto up against Alphonso Davies isn't quite the fairest of 1v1s, but Peru could beat Lenormand in here, and he has done. He's also beaten the goalmouth too, right in the stand. You're playing football, not rugby, Joel. Football, not rugby. Sorry, pal. Pedri to McAtee. Well in, Chaibi. Not so well away. Van Evijk. Zakanyi in the box. Good block by Ampadu. Oh, that was me trying to call the keeper out to pick it up. He just looked at it there. Meslier. Oh, it's going to cost me a goal, isn't it? Mateus Nunes this way, then that way. McAtee to Zakanyi. Back to Pedri. I can't get there. Pedri's still going. We have gotten there eventually. Okay. Fine. Not to worry. Still we go. Oh, a lovely ball. Junior Ruter looking to get in behind. I need the support. I do have it. Here's Somerville. Spin the man that's coming towards him. Here's Chaibi. No, there's Somerville. And Pedro Neto! Welcome to Leeds United! Pedro Neto scores to equalise at Wembley in his first time pulling on the shirt. Bing! Happy boy. Alex Scott, take your time. Don't mind this going to pens, actually. Jesus Christ, Alphonso Davies, do you mind? It's a friendly, mate. Someone tell Alphonso Davies that this isn't a competitive fixture. He needs to not injure my players before the start of the league season. That would be lovely. Neto looking for Peru. Should have the legs to get there ahead of Lenormand. Does indeed. Back and forward. And beat the man. Ruben bloody Diaz. He's just so good. Every year, every save. Ruben bloody Diaz. McAtee. Can't get it off him. Ruben Diaz again. Scored against me in the game against Manchester City towards the end of last season, in the only goal of the game. Heart in mouth when you see Erling Haaland leaping through the air like that. Christ alive, he's turned them home like that first time before, hasn't he? Somerville. Hello, Martson. In there, Genie. Peru's going. And at the back post, if I can find him, it's a certain Pedro. Oh, Neto! Written in the stars it was. Couldn't do it. From the corner. Alphonso Davies wins that. Diaz wins that. Doku wins that. Christ. Can I get first to any of these loose balls? Peru and Alex Scott. Pedro Neto arriving. Van Evijk at the back post was waiting. A couple of white shirts. Looks like we might be going to penalties here. I'm terrified. Doku's sprinting at me. Nunez, Zakanyi. I don't think it goes to extra time, does it? It's got to go straight to pens, surely. Thanks, ref. Yeah, very un-Canadian of him, wasn't it? Rodrigo Hernandez Cascante. Rodri. Van Evijk. And Neto. By Alfonso. Lovely ball, Neto. And on the overlap, Van Evijk. And in the middle at the back post, Somerville! Point blank save. Unbelievable stuff from Edison. Now I'm in trouble going the other way. Uh-oh. Phil Foden off the bench here. Do you take the red card? I tried to take the red card. I missed the bloody football. Meslier makes the save. I fully committed there to actually fouling the man and still managed to miss the ball. Neto's got fresher legs than Alphonso Davies. He is away here. Alex Scott. Joel Peru. Joel Peru! We mean business this season. Premier League title, Champions League trophy. We're coming for you this year. Get in, boys. Leeds United 2. Manchester City 1. Exactly the message we were looking to send in this fixture. The first of hopefully many trophies to come Leeds United's way this season. Get in! You've seen the names on the shortlist. You know the money I have to spend. You know the positions I want to buy in. But who do I get? Do I go for someone like Tchouaméni, or is that too much? Do we go for Declan Rice? Maybe, but Arsenal do have Champions League football as well. Do we go for Benacer? A cheaper option at 70 million or so with his contract running out. Do I sign Julian Alvarez from Leverkusen? Do we go for someone different perhaps instead? What do I do with the fullback position? We've got some money to spend there as well perhaps. Ethan Ampadu, and his first game as the new club captain, lifts a bloody trophy. Leeds United FA Community Shield winners in this 4th season. Very, very, very happy with that. That's all for episode 1 of season 4. Do drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more. Please let me know all your feedback in the comment section down below. It's going to make a massive difference when it comes to what players we sign and how well this season goes. I'll see you tomorrow for more.